Boy, time is going by so fast. There's so much more. Sunday's lesson. The lesson focuses our attention on the big picture and references Revelation 12, 7 through 9, and Romans 8, 22. And let's look at those and ask the big picture lessons. Revelation 12, 7 through 9. And there was war in heaven. Michael and his angels fought against the dragon, and the dragon and his angels fought back, but they were not strong enough, and they lost their place in heaven. The great dragon was hurled down, the ancient serpent called the devil, or Satan, who leads the whole world astray. He was hurled to the earth, and his angels with him. What's the big picture idea here?
Great controversy in heaven.
So sin is not restricted to human beings on earth. There is a sin problem that goes beyond the earth. It didn't even start on earth. It spread to earth. Okay? There's something larger. In the Bible, there's many places we fight against principalities and powers of darkness and rulers in high places. There's plenty of places throughout Scripture that Job, the first chapter, that pull back the veil that we can see something more going on. Sometimes we get focused simply on so the big picture is going on. What else, though? If you know the Greek, the word for war here, polemo, from where we get the word polemic. And you know what a polemic is?
Words.
It's an argument. See, there was never a war of might and power. A created being cannot have a physical war of any means against an infinite creator. That's over in a millisecond. There was never a war of might and power. Satan never challenged God to an arm wrestling contest to see who was stronger. It was never. It was always a war over, yes, he's powerful. Never said he wasn't. But you can't trust him with it. He'll coerce you. He'll threaten you. He'll abuse you. He'll hurt you. He's not safe with the power. That was the real issue. He makes up rules and he punishes rule breakers, which is exactly what almost all religions of the world teach. And that's what Jesus came to, of course, overthrow. So the big picture idea is a cosmic conflict over God's trustworthiness and his character and methods of rulership. Who gave Satan the ability to act on planet Earth?
God.
No. I said act. Act on planet Earth. Satan, by God, was restricted to a single tree. He was restricted to a tree. Who gave him access to the whole planet?
We did. Eve.
It was human. Human gave him access. Human. There's a name for human. We call him Adam. But that human actually means Adam and Eve together, the joint couple. The two shall become one. As God designed it, it was never the singularity Adam, the male, or the singularity Eve, the female. It was the joint identity, the union of the two became human. And jointly together, they shared authority in Eden. And jointly together, they chose to surrender that authority. And that opened the door where Satan usurped Adam's authority and claimed to be the prince of the earth, and God gave him liberty at that point to act with certain restrictions. He was never fully free to act on planet Earth. He was still always restrained to a certain degree. But he gave him certain liberties to act on earth, and this then leads us to Romans 8:22. Big picture element here. We know that the whole creation has been groaning as in the pains of childbirth right up to the present time. What's the big picture item here? The whole creation is groaning. What's the big idea here? War in heaven spread to earth. Adam opened the door, gave Satan, the rebel, access to the planet now, and the whole nature is groaning. What's that mean? So, is there sickness and defects and pain in the world today? Are all such problems a result of individual acts of sin?
No.
Or do we see problems like that simply because sin's in the world? Why is there disease, aging, death, decay, poisonous plants, ferocious beasts in the world? Did God create plants? Did God create plants in Eden with thorns and plants that are toxic and poisonous to humans?
No.
Where did they come from?
Satan.
Did God create animals that kill each other? Hawks with flesh-tearing beaks and claws, and lions and tigers with flesh-tearing claws and fangs. Did God create them this way in Eden? He did not. These are all epigenetic changes that have happened to the animal species and other types of mutations because of sin in the world. Isaiah tells us that the ox and the lion and the lamb will lie down together and eat straw together. God is not the source of death, and God did not introduce death into the system. All death, all noxious plants, all poisons, all anything that is destructive, that's all part of the infection that Satan has introduced into God's system. Before Christ returns and God restores the planet to perfection, before that, do things on earth get better or worse? Prepare. The planet and the ecosystems of this planet are going to degrade. The people of God, in heart, mind, and character, get better. We shine brighter and brighter. We come to know the Lord more fully. We have more confidence and peace in Him. But the nation states are going to decay. The ecosystems are going to get worse. We're going to have more natural disasters and other types of problems. And if you focus on the storms instead of focusing on Jesus, you're going to be discouraged and you're going to be overcome with fear. Monday's lesson